Hello students, welcome to the lesson 7th class first lesson for first language English prescribed by NCERT, especially for AV school, that is Adarsh Vidyalaya and some CBSE syllabus. So the first lesson is 3 questions. Here what we do in our regular classroom, just all we have our textbook. Okay, first teacher will read the lesson and students will listen carefully and follow the teacher. Okay, same thing you must also follow me while I am reading the lesson. Okay, you listen carefully and repeat in your mind once or twice or thrice. See the difficult or new words. So the first lesson is 3 questions. Before going to the lesson, just what is there before you read. A king has 3 questions and he is seeking answers to them. What are the questions? Does the king get what he wants? Students, what happens in olden days? The king, the supreme man who maintained the peace and prosperity in his kingdom. So he wants to ask questions to his people. Then he can get best ideas, and he followed the ideas to maintain peace and prosperity. I'm telling about a noble king who wants their people's peace and prosperity. Okay. The 3 questions asked by the king to his people to maintain peace and prosperity, and he wanted his kingdom a very model one. Okay, just I will read the lesson. Just listen carefully and follow me and see or listen. If any questions arises, just point out then in your mind and just ask me. Okay, after finishing the lesson. He thought came to a certain king that he would never fail if he knew 3 things. These 3 things were: what is the right time to begin something? See, there is a question mark. Which people should he listen to? What sort of people he listened to? Either old people or young people, or rich people or poor people, or learned people or an illiterate people. What type of people he should listen to? Then which people should he listen to? What is the most important thing for him to do? The king therefore sent messengers throughout his kingdom, promising a large sum of money to anyone who would answer these 3 questions. Many wise men came to the king, but they all answered his questions differently. In reply to the first question, some said the king must prepare a timetable and then follow it strictly. Only in this way, they said, could he do everything at its proper time. Others said that it was impossible to decide in advance the right time for doing something. The king should notice all that was going on, avoid foolish pleasures, and always do whatever seemed necessary at that time. And others said that the king needed a council of wise men who would help him act at the proper time. This was because one man would find it impossible to decide correctly without help from others. The right time for every action. But then others said that there were some things which could be urgent. These things could not wait for the decision of the council in order to decide the right time for doing something. It is necessary to look into the future, and only magicians could do that. The king, therefore, would have to go to magicians. In their answers to the second question, some said that the people most necessary to the king were his counselors. Others said the priests. A few others chose the doctors. And yet others said that his soldiers were the most necessary. To the third question, some said science, others chose fighting, and yet others religious worship. As the answers to his questions were so different, the king was not satisfied and gave no reward. Instead, he decided to seek the advice of a certain hermit who was widely known for his wisdom. The hermit lived in a wood which he never left. He saw no one but simple people, and so the king put on ordinary clothes. Before he reached the hermit's hut, the king left his horse with his bodyguard and went on alone. See here, the king himself came disguised in front of the hermit. Then what happens, we'll see and read the lesson in next period. First, you should understand and listen carefully and read silently in your mind and underline the new words and see the dictionary, and some new words meanings are there in these small boxes. See what is council here. Council means a group of people chosen to give advice or to make rules. He asked 3 questions to the council, members of the council. Then counselors, members of the council. These are all new words you should learn and understand and make by heart and use in your own sentences. Hermit, Hermit. Hermit means a person who lives alone and leads a simple life, nothing but a saint. Wood or woods, a small forest is called wood. See all these new words, they're called as vocabulary or new words. Write them separately in your notebook and understand the meaning and make use of sentences also. So read once again and repeat just what I read the lesson. That type only you should read and practice in your home. Thank you.